Wasn't the box in the closet?
Yes.
Okay, so in a closet in the Midway house.
Correct.
And you got approximately $1,000.
Correct.
And that same day you brought the pills, you bought the pills from Mr. Crozier. Correct?
I'm not sure if it was the same day. Like I said, I'd reach out to him and he'd get back to me.
Okay. Do you recall if you picked the money up the same day you bought the pills?
I'm not 100% sure.
So you might have picked the money up first and then taken it a day or two later?
Maybe, yes, correct.
Okay. Tell me again, so that time you go in the house, which it's a little unclear, you've said different things, if it was the first time or the second time. What was in the house?
There was nothing. It was being remodeled. It was one that she was flipping.
Wasn't it already remodeled?
Carmen Lauber, the housekeeper, drug provider to Kouri Richins, continues on cross-examination. Aaron Reed watching along with us. He's a trial attorney. And Aaron, this is, I don't know that this is helping. The longer they go with this housekeeper, the more I feel bad for her. She's put in this awkward position, and Kouri's asking for the Michael Jackson drug, which of course is propofol, and it wouldn't work. So she ends up, to me, Kouri was getting drugs from Carmen. That's a problem.
Yes, thanks for having me on, first and foremost. I completely agree. Her pace of questions, she's trying to go little by little, point by point, fact by fact, which is what you want in cross-examination, but I just don't think there's a whole lot of meat on the bone for them. So she's trying to do as best as she can, trying to divide the line between oxy and fentanyl, that Kouri never asked for fentanyl specifically. And I think that's really a great way of trying to cast some doubt. But there's no doubt that she was asking for drugs on multiple occasions, and that the housekeeper was providing her with them on 3 or 4 different occasions leading up to the death.
Yeah, and if you're a juror, why would a mother of 3, wife who's living this high life in Park City, Utah, be dabbling in this world, this underworld? To me, it makes sense. The prosecution's theory, well, it's because she wanted to kill her husband, because her naivety, even like asking for the Michael Jackson drug, I mean, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And so it kind of cuts, I don't know where you go with this. What's the explanation that Kouri Richins can get up there and say, if she did, of why she was procuring drugs from Carmen?
Well, if Kouri Richins does testify, she's going to need to think about that question. And I'm sure she's been thinking about it for the last 3+ years, because that is the $1 million question. Why? And normally, why isn't something that the jury really considers. They consider facts, they consider evidence, and they consider the law. But like human beings, we all want to know why this mother or why this wife was trying to obtain these very illicit, strong street drugs on multiple occasions. I don't know if there is a great reason. It doesn't seem like she had any sort of dependency issues or drug issues. Obviously, the housekeeper had her own issues, but she could obtain those on her own. She didn't need to do those for Kouri. So I think there's some issues with how she's going to explain this, why she's going to say what she's going to say, if she is going to at all. I think it's a major risk to put her on the stand because of that question.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing she could say is that, Eric, my husband, was making me do it, which is not, it was going to be a lead balloon. And I don't know. To me, this is game over for old Kouri here pretty early on in the case, but we'll see. We're nowhere near over, so we shouldn't judge, but we do. It's Friday. Let's get a break. When we come back, more Kouri Richins in Utah. We'll see where this goes. The cross-examination continues with Carmen Lauber, the housekeeper who provided, according to the state, the fentanyl that killed Eric Richins. For now, let's head back to Utah, though, and more from Kouri Richins and her case. She's standing trial for her husband's murder. State says she procured fentanyl from a housekeeper, gave it to her husband through a Moscow Mule. He ended up dead. Now she's on trial for murder. Let's go back into the courtroom and pick up our testimony from the housekeeper.
Isn't it already remodeled?
I'm not 100% sure. She said it was a house she had done.
Are you aware? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. This is in February we're talking,
Okay.
correct?
Correct.
Yesterday you said the first purchase from Robert Crozier was February 11th, correct?
Correct.
Which you also said was the first purchase from Susan Kohler, correct?
I don't recall if that was the same time.
Okay. You don't recall that that's what you said
I
yesterday?
knew Susan's was in the beginning, yes.
Okay.
Not sure exact date.
Are you aware that Ms. Richins didn't own the home in February of 2022?
I knew it was a house she was flipping.
Are you aware that she'd already sold it at the end of January of 2022?
No.
All right. So you meet Mr. Crozier at the Maverick, correct?
Correct.
Give him the money and he gets you the pills, correct?
Correct.
Well, he leaves. He has to go somewhere close by to get the pills, right?
Yes.
And then he brings them back to you, correct?
Yes.
And now you're saying, now you didn't say this before, but now you're saying Nancy Peterson was with you on that trip?
Nancy Peterson drove me.
Objection, Your Honor. She did say that before.
Overruled. Let's keep moving.
Well, you didn't say that to Ms. Whistler, correct? You didn't say anything about Nancy Peterson being with you, correct?
I don't recall.
All right. But, okay. You said she drove you? Ms. Peterson drove you?
Yes.
Can we pull up, it's already been admitted, States Exhibit, I think it's 3-7D, 3-7D3? Can we publish that, please? Can you see that?
Yes.
That's a selfie, correct?
Correct.
And if you look at the lettering on Nancy Peterson's hat, the lettering's reversed, right? It's backwards.
Correct.
So that picture's backwards, correct?
I guess so. Correct. I guess.
Okay. So can we pull up just for? Well, no. Let's pull up CL9 for the witness. Can you make it so it's not split like that? That's how that picture really looks, correct? Because now it's not backwards.
Correct.
So you were driving, correct?
On the way back, I drove back. Yes.
Well, on the way there, the first picture was.
On the way down, Nancy drove. On the way back, I drove because she wanted to get high.
Okay, well, you testified yesterday that this photo was of Nancy driving and you in the passenger seat. Recall that?
Correct.
But you're in the driver's seat and she's in the passenger seat, correct?
I guess so. Correct.
Okay, can we publish IMP-CL9 to the jury? We'd move to admit it and publish it.
Mr. Bloodman.
Yeah, 3,009.
No objection.
Okay, one moment. We're going to keep this number the way it is, right?
Sure, that's fine. So you testified yesterday that.
Hold on a second. Why are we renumbering them? It makes it harder on Brittany.
All the 3,000s are impeachment documents that were not on the witness list, so to make it easier at the end. And we've been bringing the next day ones that have a new sticker on them and giving them to Brittany.
Okay. Defense 3009 offered as IMP_CL9 is admitted.
All right, so yesterday you testified that you had Nancy drive you because you didn't have a driver's license, correct?
Correct.
But in fact, you're driving, correct?
Down the mountain,
Either way,
driving up.
you're driving without a driver's license, correct?
Yes, I always did.
Okay. All right. So this purchase is the light green pills we talked about, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell them that the next time you bought from Robert was after the death of Eric Richins, correct?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, at this time you said you did one purchase from Susan and two from Robbie, correct?
Correct.
So 2 purchases in February, 1 from Susan, 1 from Robbie, and a third purchase on March 9th, correct?
I'm not sure of the date, but yes, there was.
You testified there was a purchase March 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right.
No.
Your Honor, Foundation, I'm sorry.
I need you to be more specific about when you say you testified.
All right, let's bring in trial attorney Aaron Reed. Kouri's mannerisms in court, at that point, well, when Carmen said, oh, I always drove without a driver's license, she gave maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but like, oh my gosh, this woman thing. That's not going to fly. You're accused of murder. And I don't know. It seems like Carmen is, the more they keep her on, the more jurors are going to kind of like her, or at least think, you know what, this lady's actually telling her version of the truth. And the only thing the state needs is you gave her fentanyl. That's it.
That's right. And I think now it's starting to really get into some sort of desperation to try to impeach her credibility, saying that, oh, well, my license was suspended. I didn't drive. And then she's driving up a mountain or down the mountain, whatever it is. Yes, okay, that's impeachment evidence, but that's really not very strong impeachment evidence. And if that's what the defense has to try to discredit this woman, then they are really grasping at straws at this point. And like you said, I think the longer she stays on the stand, the more and more comfortable she's getting, the more and more the jury's starting to actually believe what she's saying. And she's just up there saying it as it is and as it happened.
And I can't think of a reason why you would lie if you're Carmen. You're going to come forward and say, I gave this woman the drugs that killed her husband? I mean, what's the upside here? They found her, they figured out where the drugs were came, and then they said, well, listen, we'll give you immunity if you testify and tell the truth. That's what's coming here. This cross-examination is going on for an eternity. Are they losing ground?
Yes, I think they are losing ground. And one of the biggest things about cross-examination, and something that I certainly practice, is you get the information that you want and you sit down. You don't want to turn a bad witness into a worse witness for you. Get the information that you need and get them off the stand, especially if they're a witness that is bad for your case. If you can discredit them in some way, great. If you can get some serious facts out that'll help push along your defense, great. But the longer you belabor the point, the longer you get into the weeds and start talking about suspended driver's licenses and things like that, things that really don't matter, you're just signaling that you really have nothing. And she doesn't have a reason to lie. Yes, she has an immunity deal, and that is part of the impeachment, but she has to get up there and tell the truth. And that's what she's done so far from what I can see.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get a break, and we'll get back in and watch more of the cross-examination of Carmen on the witness stand, the housekeeper, drug dealer, used to be friend of Kouri Richins.